Hello, hello, welcome in Taurus. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be a general timeless collective message for all of my Tauruses out there. This is going to be for any major Taurus placement, sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, even your north node. So if the message doesn't resonate, just check your other signs and placements. I always like to talk about what comes through in my meditative, intuitive insights, and then I like to jump in with the cards. So stick around, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, and share the video, especially if the message resonates. It helps circulate the message, helps the channel grow. It's just a nice, free, easy way to show me some love and show me some support. But let's talk about what came through in meditation. I just want to say, like, you need to be proud of yourself. I was showing somebody like up on a pedestal, like up on a podium, like pedestal type energy. And so be proud of yourself. Maybe you're going to be receiving some type of award, a reward, or maybe it's just receiving some type of recognition. But I think you're finally able to figure things out to take those next steps that you want to take in your life. So I don't know if I'm talking to an empress or not, but that's what came through for you, Taurus. And so I do feel, though, on the flip side of that, there is still some pent-up anger. I felt this burning energy in the heart, and so there could be some pent-up anger, some pent-up frustration. But I do feel you kind of just got to get those negative feelings out so you can be quite free on the healing journey. But I do feel maybe you've recovered from some type of past heartbreak. And maybe you didn't have all of the information, but I just feel like you're stepping into a brand new cycle. And so maybe there was just the two of you wanted two very different things, but I feel there's a lesson being learned about assuming something. So maybe you assumed somebody was your soulmate because they clicked with you or they activated you, but don't make assumptions. But I do feel you are encouraged to open up. I do feel this is about committing to yourself, taking those next steps that you want to take in your life, maybe after a major cleanup, after a heartbreak or a breakup. But I do feel it's time for you to finally move past all of this pent-up frustration and maybe even some underlying resentment that maybe you've accumulated after some type of breakup. But I do feel like it's time for you to receive, Taurus. It's time for you to receive. So let's go a little bit further with the tarot and let's see what else needs to come through. We're going to start by pulling some cards from the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. See if there's any other insights in regards to the astrology that needs to come through. I just heard be your own hero. So I don't know if you've had to be your own hero here, but look at that. We got abundance. We've got all kinds of abundance here. It's time for you to reap your rewards. Maybe you are receiving an award. Maybe you're receiving a blessing from the divine. But I do feel the energy is saying, hey, you've expanded, you've grown, you've learned something here about a relationship. And so we get the relationship card, the seventh house. The seventh house is the house of marriage. It's the house of one-on-one relationships. It's the house of partnerships. And so I also feel like a Five of Cups energy coming through. And so the most important relationship we have is actually the relationship with ourselves. And so maybe there was some type of a soulmate connection here that you assumed, hey, this is my twin flame. This is my soulmate. Maybe that was an assumption. Maybe it put you into this Five of Cups energy where you stayed stuck for a long time. But I think your mind is becoming very clear about relationships, what you do want, what you don't want. Maybe you've had to master the relationship with self and overcome some very challenging emotions that maybe you've accumulated over the years when it comes to relationships. But I do feel there's some pent-up frustration being released. And so maybe you're learning how to better communicate within relationships. But let's go a little bit further here, Taurus, and let's see what else needs to come through for you. Messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. So I just feel harmony in your relationships. Maybe over the next few weeks, these frustrations will be released and you will recover more and more of your energy. Look at that. Yeah, 10th house. This is all about mastering your inner authority. Eight of Cups energy. Maybe it's been very challenging. Maybe you've had to choose to walk away from people, places, and things in order to walk the path. The 10th house is the house of fate. I do feel like an Eight of Cups energy here. And so maybe you've had to face a lot of challenges. Maybe you are the path paver here. What else do we get? We get the 11th house, community. It's like you walked away from challenges and you're going straight towards wish fulfillment. 8, 9 of Cups, 8, 9 of Cups. And so it's like you are working in conjunction with the divine. And so the divine is working really hard to bring you something that you have asked for. I also feel this is about your communal efforts. Look at that. We get Leo. Maybe you're a 10th house Leo. It doesn't have to be, but this is about you shining your light, stepping into leadership. And then we get the 12th house. So 10th, 11th, 12th house. There's something about the collective coming through here for you. Collective work, collective mission. I've got a sneeze. 8, 9, 10. So you're going from the 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups to the 10 of Cups. And so I do feel there's some deep introspection going on here. You're burying the past. You're closing out some karma here. So pay attention to the 12th house. I do feel you are a divine feminine, or you're connected to a divine feminine, and you are progressing on your journey. And so if things have been blocked, if you've maybe been feeling stuck about not being able to move forward, not being able to move past an old cycle that's created a lot of frustration, I do feel it's time to put the past to bed. It's time to put the past to bed. It's almost like you've been doing this spiritual surgery on your soul, and maybe you've had to overcome a lot of darkness here, but this is saying, hey, you've overcome some distorted belief patterns. Maybe you've closed out some type of commitment or marriage, but I feel get ready to embrace some changes. You are being asked to step into the light, to shine your light. I do feel I'm speaking to somebody that is in some type of twin soul connection. And maybe you have to release a false twin soul before you can commit to a more serious type of relationship. But I do feel you've had to face challenges, and now you're being asked to step into some type of role within the community. So let's go a little bit further here with the Angel Wisdom Tarot cards, and let's see what else needs to come through. I feel, something about a Kundalini activation because of all of the chakra energies coming through. The 12th house is also the house of hidden enemies. The 12th house is the house of spirituality. It's the house that knows no bounds. Look at that. Oh my God. We get the Empress on the cut with the release card in reverse. So the Empress and the Death reverse. So it's like you're coming back to life. That's what it feels like, Taurus. You're coming back to life. And then these two flipped out. So I do feel after a major loss, you're coming back to life. The Queen of Wands, it's time for you to use your talents, to use your mental brilliance, to go after your dreams. I do feel there's nothing that you can't do. There's that Leo energy. And so your dreams are going to come true. You have to make your dreams come true. This is after a major, major loss. And so we get the Empress on the cut. We get the Death card in reversed. And so I do feel you've gone through some type of profound spiritual transformation. And now it's time to stop holding yourself back, because I do think there's a new creative project here. And it's time for you to birth your dreams into a reality. It's time to take action towards maybe some type of communal project, community project, creative project. And maybe you've thought long and hard about this, but hey, your wishes are being granted here, and you've got to close out a cycle. And so you're completing a major life cycle, and maybe it's time to discuss what you've learned closing this cycle. I think it's time for you to step into the spotlight. The Empress is all about receiving that award, those rewards. So let's get 9 cards out for you, Taurus, and let's see what else needs to come through. Page of Pentacles. So there's a golden opportunity here. I feel promotion. You might be being promoted. There you are, getting yourself unstuck. You're all done walking away from opportunities. There's going to be a lot of opportunities, I think, falling in your lap. And so maybe you've missed the point of the whole journey up until now. But yeah, I think you're all done staying stuck on some type of loss. It does feel like you're all done staying stuck on some type of loss. And so you're waking up to understand, hey, it's time for me to get to work. Nobody's going to nobody's going to be more dependable than me. I have to depend on me. And so I do think there might be an excellent opportunity going to present it to you when it comes to maybe a new career path or a promotion. But you got to stop looking at the missed opportunity. You got to stop looking back at this missed opportunity, because that's going to create distractions. That's going to create an energy of discontentment. We get the 7 of Swords out. And so maybe you did lose your peace of mind. Maybe somebody screwed you over and you lost your peace of mind and you felt stuck in a cycle with no way out. But I do feel this has been a lesson in discernment and taking caution when it comes to other people's actions. And if their words don't match their actions, then that is actually abuse. And so maybe there was a huge material loss connected to a situation in the past that led to a lot of disillusionment. And so maybe somebody wasn't honest with you, but this created a major realignment when it comes to your work, when it comes to maybe balancing your budget. And I do feel there was some type of an injustice here. And so this maybe has taught you how to stand up for yourself, how to stand up for what you believe in. Libra on the shadow side likes to see all sides of a situation and likes to keep giving people the benefit of the doubt. But I do feel it's time for you to stand tall. If you got screwed over by somebody who lacked integrity and you stood in the light of truth, there's some type of karmic rebalancing going on here. You are encouraged to keep moving on, to keep moving forward. I do feel you are manifesting some type of life partnership. And you have been, or you are making your way to some type of peaceful place here. After some type of dark night of the soul energy, after some type of very painful separation or ending. And so, you gave it your all and you didn't get back what you put into this situation. And so there might be unexpected communication when it comes to somebody coming back in and healing a misunderstanding from the past. I do feel somebody here might owe you some karmic debt because you gave to them and they didn't give back to you. But I do feel you've been over romanticizing about a past lost. And it's time to stop romanticizing about the past. It's really time to make a wise choice. So it's like you can see it clearly now. You can see it clearly now, the separation for sure. And so what felt like a huge loss was actually a big time win, because this allowed you to promote yourself spiritually. I do feel you're coming into some type of public recognition or success, maybe after being unwilling to see something clearly. But I do feel you're all done ignoring the problems. You're like going to point it out. You're all done people pleasing, and you're all done holding on to a past ending. And maybe you held on for a couple of years. I see the 222, and so you're at a major crossroads. You got a big decision to make here, Taurus. And so there's going to be an epiphany about some type of past betrayal, and you're going to be breaking yourself free. I think you've looped over and over and over in the mind when it comes to a very painful past ending, and it's time to release the burden. It's not your weight to carry anymore. Release the weight of the burden. If you were the one that got hurt and stabbed in the back, stop the cycle. Stop looking back. I do feel some type of an addiction of wanting that closure. But it's time for you to give gratitude to the divine, because what didn't work out actually was everything working out in your favor, because this was a burden that maybe was carried over many, many lifetimes. So maybe you're learning to let people help you. Maybe you're learning to create that work-life balance. But I do feel this is about taking responsibility for your life, and maybe somebody coming in and healing a past misunderstanding. Let's clarify the 6 of Cups in reverse, because I do feel there's some type of romanticizing maybe how things used to be. But I also feel this was a lesson in standing up for yourself, and maybe this is bringing in somebody from the past to revisit an old relationship, to clear up some past baggage here. So what do we get? We get the 5 of Swords, clarifying the 6 of Cups in reversed. We get the 10 of Coins in reversed. We get the World. And so there you are, spiritual accomplishment. You're completing a big time life lesson, and I think the lesson is learning to let go. We can't control what other people choose to do. Maybe you've spent a lot of time weighing the options, looking at things as black and white. Maybe this was a lesson in managing your resources wisely, learning to master spiritual and financial discipline. But I do feel there could be something coming back around once you release this because there is like a Six of Pentacles in reversed here. And so this was a lesson in equanimity, equality, equal giving and receiving. And so it's time for you to go towards spiritual accomplishment. The world is saying, congratulations, you learned the lesson, Taurus. You've mastered the lesson, Taurus. And now it's time for you to be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself. I do think you've learned to be the hero of your own life, because there you are. And so maybe you've had to face a lot of challenges and a lot of delays, and maybe you've had to experience a lot of financial setbacks along the way, but you are in charge of your life. And now you're going into a very successful time period of manifesting abundance, manifesting prosperity. Maybe it's time to start that creative project. Maybe it's time to get the ball rolling on a creative project here. And so I do feel the retrograde energies were asking you to review the past carefully, to understand all of these challenges in the past were to help you change your perspective, maybe about your self-worth, your self-value, because I do feel you're harnessing your personal power to overcome the rest of these challenges. And so maybe it's time for you to get really blunt and honest with some people here. But yeah, it's like you're no longer going to undercut yourself, undervalue yourself. I do feel you are being asked to manifest your dreams. Do not let people hold you back. Do not let fear or ego hold you back, because I think you're realizing you're stronger than you ever thought that you were. And so don't hold on to something from the past. I do feel there could be something coming back from the past with the Death card reverse. Maybe somebody that you had to release because they lacked integrity. But I feel now that you've completed some type of spiritual transformation, the past might be coming back around to close out a cycle, and it might take a lot of introspection. Maybe you thought this person was a counterpart or a beloved, but you are encouraged to keep progressing forward. Do not allow somebody to hold you back. Let's see what we got here, and we'll get a closing message with the wisdom of the Oracle deck. So we get Taurus, Libra, Aries, Leo, Sag. I see Leo, all of the fixed signs. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, a Taurus, an Aquarius, or a Leo. I see more Aquarius here. We get water. We get Earth, we get Leo again. Could be any of the signs, but I do feel it's time for you to stop self-sacrificing. It's time for you to decide what is next. So let's close it off with the wisdom of the Oracle message, and let's see what else the universe has for you. Look at fate, destiny. There's something very serendipitous about this energy coming through for you, Taurus, and I feel expansion. And so there's still something hidden, though. There still is something hidden here. This was part of your ascension journey, and so it's time for you to come to the edge. It's time for you to take a leap of faith, and it's time for you to release a long-standing burden. I do feel some type of purification, and you're coming into the milk and honey, Taurus. It's really time for you to receive. I think there's big, big love coming in for you, but it does all start with self-love. Yin, the feminine principle, High Priestess. I think it's time for you to use your gifts to create the reality of your dreams. You're birthing something beautiful here, Taurus. So what's the closing message for Taurus on this one, please? I just feel success, recognition, success, and we get a change in the wind. And so there's some big changes. And so the zebra energy, the zebra's pretty hard to miss. Maybe it's time to step into the spotlight. I do feel there's a new perspective coming in here. You could be dealing with a Pisces, and on the bottom of the deck, we get imagine. So there is some type of judgment or soul retrieval going on here. This is about you. If you can imagine it, and if you can take those actions to create it, you can create anything you want in your life. And so there's a change coming. A big change in the wind is coming. So let's read that message out of the book for you. And let's see what the book has to say when it comes to this change in a wind. Change in the wind. Change in the wind. A new creative endeavor. Yeah. So I do feel, you know, all relationships go through cycles as well. So this is saying, hey, maybe there's been a lot of unseen change initiated. But it's time for you to prepare for an unforeseen storm or change. There's new awareness coming in. You're going to want to get grounded. You're going to want to have your feet firm on the ground, because there's a shift, and you're probably feeling this shift. And so maybe there's uncertainty about which way to go. But I do feel there's something about releasing resistance. Remain consistent on your path. Remain consistent like the zebra stripes. And so We are all human. We cannot look at this whole experience either as just black and white. And so you are in a portal of transformation when it comes to your external world, your outer conditions. And so all of your desires and expectations are in sync. So I think it's time to clear the air. There's a storm coming that's going to clear the air, maybe clear up any past misunderstandings, but there's definitely a shift in the wind here. And so the unknown is where true magic lies. And so there might be a relationship here where the two of you have been out of sync, maybe for quite some time. There could be some stormy emotions here that are taking out some type of false belief around a relationship. But I do feel you know exactly what it is that you need to be truly happy. And so whatever is happening right now, trust that good will always come from this change. And so you might need to take shelter. Maybe you need to remove yourself from all of the drama around you. But I do feel there's a new creative endeavor that will lead you to a prosperous life. That's what the Empress does. She creates. And so there might be an unexpected reversal of the scales. And so there might be an unexpected arrival from somebody that maybe caused you a big rift in your life. And now they're being called to go back and change directions to clean something up. And so there's really nothing to fear either connected to this return. And so maybe you're not 100% clear on where you need to go or what you need to do, but you are certain that things don't usually go as planned. But I do feel there's a circumstance right now that you are not in control of, and maybe you need to wait it out and you need to trust that all will be well. So trust in divine timing. And that's what I've got for a message for you, Taurus. So I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check out that description box below, Taurus. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.